Welcome to Truthzilla Bonus episode of week number 26. That's a half a year, you motherfuckers. I can say it because it's a celebration.
It is a celebration.
Right?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, so, well.
Well, we're celebrating our unbirthday next week.
Unbirthday, yeah, we're celebrating next week.
dude.
Yeah, unbirthday next week. Yeah. Who would have thought? And who in the hell would have thought we would have done what we've done, dude? It's so much fun. This is so much fun, you guys. If you're out there and you're sitting around and you feel like you have something to say, if you feel like... what you're seeing in the world is just totally messed up, and you feel like you have a unique perspective or a unique angle. I don't care where you are in the world. Go buy a microphone and start saying it, man.
Jared,
put this stuff out.
Jared,
yeah, Jared, do it, man.
Jared,
we encourage you.
Come on, you guys.
We are right here telling you you should be talking out, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, Jared, Megan told us what your negative self-talk and your self-doubt was. No, none of that. Dude, that's insane. You would instantly have a huge show, man. It's not even about being huge or being this and that, man. Like, this is therapy.
Just impactful. It's impactful.
This is literal therapy for us, man.
That's the point. And like what you're saying there is we can all agree that this week has sucked ass, right? It's sucked ass. But right now, I have a smile on my face because I'm with my two favorite people, and I'm doing what my favorite thing I do all week, which is I get to let it out. I get to let it out.
Yeah.
The pressure valve has been released. I am going to talk some major shit about this system that is meant to enslave us.
Yes.
And the oncoming New World Order, and I'm going to do everything I can to stop it, God damn it.
That's it.
That's
You're right.
Yeah, and it's like it's so great too. Like all the haters, we get some haters every now and then coming on, like spitting their garbage, right? And it's like they forget.
We're looking at you, Stan.
Yeah, they forget. They forget. We have a platform. You hear me, Stan?
Yeah, get your own platform,
Yeah, get
dude.
your own platform, and you can tell me how.
We'll come on your social media.
Yeah, how scared I should be of this whole COVID thing. Like,
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Go for it, Stan.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and that being said, at this point, if you are still worried about this virus, you're lost to me.
Yeah.
You are walking off the cliff. I would encourage you to go be the test person for the vaccine.
Yeah.
Because that's at this point.
I don't wish any harm on you, but you just go do it, man.
But
at the same
you're
time,
putting us in harm's way, and so we have to cut you loose now.
That's it. That's it. Like your complicity and your acquiescence to this is putting me on the path to destruction, and so therefore
you've
you are
already
a threat.
caused irreparable harm.
Enemy.
People are dead because of this, and not from COVID. People have taken their lives. I just saw a child just not long ago had taken her life. This is not a joke.
The joke time's over.
And the whole idea that we need to, wear these masks and just stay locked into our houses until this vaccine comes, so that we can have the fascist nation, is not
so
something
that we can still wear masks and stay in our houses
and get some more vaccines.
And,
it's like we
move
were just
into
hearing,
the human settlement zones.
Well, I've been saying all along, this is all about that. Everything that's happening in society is about disconnecting us, and I always go back to discernment. The not having discernment, being disconnected from your spiritual center, having your pineal gland hardened, all these things. And our guest was just speaking on some of these matters in regards to. And I saw an article just about a month and a half ago that talked about. Essentially that same thing, where these vaccines, they're things they're introducing into our bodies, is to create corruption between our meat suits, essentially our physical humanity, and that which is our spiritual humanity, which goes on. In my belief, what goes on. And whether or not you believe that your inner spirituality goes on or not doesn't negate the fact that we are not a single, lens unit, right?
Points of consciousness.
It is. And so the fact that explains also hugely why they would want this to be a world rollout, because we're talking about these satanic, evil oligarchs who would like to see everybody be just as lost and ruined as they are. And they're not taking my spiritual center from me, and they're not going to take my health from me, and they're not going to enslave me, not without a fight. And this is the hill that I came to die on.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Yeah, we're here.
Yep.
We're here to fight.
Absolutely. Handsome Rob, our friend Handsome Rob.
Shout out Handsome Rob.
Sent me this right a little bit earlier today, and I thought this was so on point, man. And I just wanted to cover a little bit of this. This is Biderman's chart of coercion. Okay, and it is defined as a tool designed to demonstrate and explain the coercive methods of stress manipulation used to torture prisoners of war. It's been applied to explain the coercive techniques used by perpetrators of domestic abuse. So I know I kind of sprung this on you guys. I don't know. We haven't had a chance to discuss it, but and I don't want to just sit here and read things on the show, but actually, like, this is so.
We'll just get to it and do it.
Like look at how I'm without even saying anything, guys. Like, see how this applies to our lives today. So the first method is called isolation. Okay. So this is deprives victim of all social support or their ability to resist. Develops an intense concern with self. This could be home environment and makes victim dependent. And so some of the variants that are applied here
Stay
are,
6 feet apart.
Yeah. Complete solitary.
Only 6 people at Thanksgiving.
Yep. Only 2 households, right? And so the variants are complete solitary confinement and complete or partial isolation, group isolation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't go outside.
Well, that's been the
Don't go
obvious
outside.
psyop, although somehow a lot of people don't see the obviousness. But that's the disconnect.
Yep.
That's the disconnect. They don't have discernment. They cannot see the truth when it is laying in front of them.
And I'm at this point, like, they're tightening down on us again.
Which we knew they would. It's been the slow boost
We've
song.
said that they would do it.
Yes.
We knew that they would, but still, I mean, how do you not see that we are 8 months deep?
Yeah.
We're 8 months deep.
Ed, it was 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
I know, but come
But
on,
it's a
look
different
around,
curve,
people.
different curve.
Yeah, now we're on the case curve, the phony cases, the 90% inaccurate PCR test cases.
Yep. So I'm going to call it right now. So this is a Truthzilla prediction right here, okay? So they're actually going to allow this 2-week lockdown to go 2 weeks, right? Just enough to get us demoralized through the Thanksgiving season, holiday, right? And
it's not going to end there. They're going to make sure that we don't go into Christmas.
Check it out. Here's what they're going to do. They're going to lift the ban to allow everybody to go out and spend all their money, on Christmas stuff. Okay, so they're going to...
But that's the thing. I'm just going to stop you for a second. I know you're like, but I got to finish. But I guarantee you this 2-week thing they're doing right now, I guarantee you Walmart and Target and all these places are going to be packed on the Black Friday.
Yeah, they will.
They're going to be not, this does not apply to their companies.
Yeah.
This is to break down the small business. This is, we are wrecking the world to build back better.
Yeah.
That is what we are doing.
The science has shown us that you only get COVID when you're around your loved ones over Thanksgiving dinner and not standing with hundreds of people in Walmart.
It's
I mean, the science is set up.
Timeout for Black Friday. COVID timeout for Black Friday, right? So, but anyway, so my prediction is that they will lift the ban after the 2 weeks here in Oregon that they've said that they will. And then they're going to allow everybody to go out and spend all their money on Christmas shopping, right? And then they usually, what I've noticed is it's either a Wednesday or a Friday that they initiate new lockdown measures. And so it's going to be either December 16th or December 18th, they're going to initiate another lockdown. And that one's going to be the one that could last,
Nobody listening to this better not go to their family's house at Thanksgiving or Christmas. You better all pack those cars in the driveway. You must resist. This is literally the last eke of freedom we have before they take all the rest of it. If anybody is complying at this point, you are 100,000% complicit in this new world order that's enslaving you and everybody else. And shame on you. And again, I cut you loose.
Yep.
I cut you loose.
I'm
you
just
do not
going to
have
say,
an ally in me.
if we're playing a little Nostradamus here, Scott, I don't think that this 2 weeks lockdown will be 2 weeks. I am going at least through the end of the year.
Well, listen, we've been locked down since the beginning of this year. Let's keep it real. They've given us again that illusion that we were having quote some liberties back, but that's not actually what happened. Everybody's still just as psychologically disconnected and upset and depressed as they were. Everyone's still floundering financially. People are still not working, and if we need to edit this, tell me. But but what they were posting, the Department of was it? Gosh. Lane County, whatever, the contact tracing jobs that they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
So in Lane County and then probably everywhere else.
It's on their website.
It is. So what they're pushing, though, across Facebook in particular that I've seen that they're pushing into women's groups. So women who need help, right? Single moms. Everyone knows that everyone's out of work and Christmas is such a big deal. And, Americans want to give their kids, they want to give their kids a good Christmas and they've taken away everything else. And here they're advertising to all these single people, all these family vulnerable who need money and need help for $22 an hour nearly. I shouldn't even be saying this, but anyone who's listening to this isn't going to buy this crap. But for $22 an hour nearly, they will pay you to contact trace the people in your community. Turn in your friends and family and be a part of the machine of ruin for America. And they've dangled that carrot. I mean, there are people who aren't paying their power bills. There are people who are trying to buy diapers. This is the most diabolical, horrific thing that I can imagine.
Yeah, and everybody's coming out against lockdowns. Even the World Health Organization itself.
They said a month ago they denounced lockdowns altogether, and then but this is the same thing. I mean, this is Gavin Newsom. A month
all
or
two
two
people
ago.
waiting for appointments to Biden's cabinet is what it is.
We don't like that science. That science doesn't help us push the agenda, so we use this science. But the reality is, it's not science based, and if you don't see that now, you're never gonna.
Well, Lightfoot. Cuomo, Inslee, Kate Brown, Newsom, they're all bought and paid for by China. They're all completely in Biden's back pocket for this New World Order agenda. And they are not about to let up with any of this. And if there's anybody else who's watched what's happened nationally with this election who believes in Oregon that we didn't actually recall Kate Brown a couple months ago, you're full of fucking lies, because that is not what happened. This has totally been corrupted. The American people have spoken. And the stats that I actually have say that Trump took election night by about, 480 electoral votes.
Just crazy. Just
which makes perfect sense if you look at what Americans stand for. The majority of Americans, the vast majority of Americans, were not okay with this new agenda.
Yeah. Now, if you here's a great little litmus test of this. Like, if you go to Twitter, for example, and you look at how many people follow Trump, it is 90. It's like 88.9 million last I saw, and the number of people that follow Biden, it's like 18 million. So now, if it was only just like the argument could be made that half or the majority of the people that follow Trump are just there to hate on him, right? So that would mean which
makes no sense.
But even if you took all of the people that follow Biden, and even if they all followed Trump, then it would still only be like a third of the people that he has following him.
Sure.
It's insane.
So just back to one of the points you made that I've been hearing a lot about lately. Have you guys heard about Belarus?
No.
So they offered the president, I don't know what you call it, the prime minister, whatever they have in Belarus. I think it was $960 million to lock down his country. To force mandates and do mask mandates. Like
sell your soul for some dollars that you can't take with you to the afterlife.
Charlie was talking about it. Like so if you know that and don't think like this is all bought and paid for.
That's what Alex Craner was talking about on Union. Yeah.
This is so this. I mean, come on. I
think a lot of people know. I just think we keep. I think we're all just like waiting. I think we all base it, and we can't even say it, but we know we know where this is going. We know what we're going to have to do. And I think the vast majority of people who are awake we're all kind of like on that precipice where we're just like waiting to see, like, we're not the, zealot, leftists who are trying to like burn things down to get our way and like, throwing a fit and trying to change political ideology through, smoke and mirrors. That's not what's happening. And so those of us with discernment and those of us who actually are fighting for something real, which is our families and our sovereignty and not only our freedom, but the freedom of others, we're all poised and ready to resist this in the staunchest way possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I just want to say, for anyone who, the newest macroaggressions, Charlie Robinson, he does such a good job of just breaking it all down, breaks down all the characters involved, where they're connected. I didn't know that Ghislaine Maxwell's sister is, I think it was Isabel, is a member of the World Economic Forum, which, they're all about this.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, yeah. It's all connected. Al Gore, he's on there. He turns back up Mr. Climate Change, So he does a really good job. I really encourage people to go, support his work and listen to his podcast as well. I was just, by the end of it, I was like, yes. I mean, it's the same things we've all been talking about, but sometimes different people have a different way of saying it it just, how it hit me, it was just perfect, man. I was like, dude, that's the whole package right there. There it is. If you don't see it, you just are blind.
Yeah. Well, Council of Foreign Relations, World Health Organization, all of these different, agencies. I don't consent. I didn't vote for these people. They have been proven. Totally. And if you look at like the appointments and how these people got to where they are and their history at all, these people are
most of them trace back to Nazis. People
they do.
They mostly trace back to Nazis.
They hate other humans. They hate humanity. They hate your freedom, and they hate that you're here. Yeah. And the fact that everyone is just acquiescent to authority, and like David Icke says, authority has no power, and it doesn't. Yeah. And the fact that we're all just watching our screens, and we're not, but the fact that people are watching their screens to see what these people who we don't trust, don't know, aren't honorable, have no integrity, are completely corrupt. As the guy that's in charge of World Health Organization, I think he's
that's World Economic Forum. I thought you were going.
But he was, he's genocide against his own people. He's a murder, torture.
He's horrible.
And
the fact that I don't even think
he has no medical background. He has no medical background. But guess what he is, though? He's a human murderer, and he's corruptible. And so that's why he has the
sure.
place he has.
Exactly.
Everyone needs to be completely putting their hands down and stepping back from the table on this. We do not acquiesce to a tyrannical government.
No,
we do not. And we do not acquiesce to a tyrannical New World Order based on people who would like to see all of the free people of the world come under China's lead. And that's not going to be the way that Americans are going to lay down for. Totally. We're not.
Well, you were talking about staring.
These Americans aren't.
There's a number, right?
Yeah, most of the ones in our area.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, you're talking about staring at screens. So here's the second principle of Biderman's chart of coercion. It's monopolization of perception. It fixes attention upon immediate predicament, eliminates information not in compliance with demands, and punishes independence or resistance.
Yep.
Didn't they talk about this in Event 201?
Aren't we watching it happen
Yeah.
on the few
The
things that do
information.
eat
Yep.
through?
Flood the zone.
Flood the zone.
Yep.
Come on. I mean, they said they're going to do it. They're doing it. And I don't know what more to tell you. Like,
Well, they've made sure that all the information that we get is exactly and it's like, it all comes down from, was it Rockefellers? Rockefeller pretty much owns all the media. It all traces back up to that
they own
organization.
everything, dude.
Everything. And so this is one narrative and everybody's reading a script. And the fact that we're locked into our houses, we've said this 100 times. And the only thing that we can see is what's being pumped at us through these stupid phones and computers. It's this is literally a sub-reality.
Yeah.
This is a sub-reality.
Yep.
I've been listening to No Agenda a lot more lately
Hell
too.
yeah.
They're so awesome, but they really do it. It's the rundowns they do where they I mean the media is all just a script, man. If you don't see it, like they'll say something
and people
like,
don't see it. How do they not
the
see
PCR,
it?
the PCR is the gold standard, and they'll play it, and every single news agency will be saying it. They'll all say the PCR it's the gold standard of testing. It's like they all just read the same script, people. I'm sorry, but it's like it's.
Because when we were kids, we were told that this was independent journalism, and there was a couple of good reporters that really tried to bring some truth out when we were little. Okay, listen, I'm not saying that they were wholesome. I'm saying that that's what it seemed like. But listen, the media from when I was a kid compared to now is a different monster. It is.
Sure. It's not even
so
media.
it's you know what I'm saying. So
Propaganda.
it is. It's a propaganda machine.
Yeah, all in
it's the spin machine.
When 2012, when Obama made it legal to propagandize U.S. citizens once again. That was prohibited up until that point, which is lovely.
Thank you, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama. Love you, man.
For after all of your crimes against humanity, we'll add that to your list of accolades.
Yeah. Two
Piece of
7.
shit, garbage
Thank you.
human, burn in hell forever.
Yep.
You and Michael.
Yep. Michael, which Michael?
Michael Obama.
Oh, Big Mike. You gotta say Big Mike. You gotta
I'm
say
sorry.
Big Mike.
Okay, well, I knew what I meant.
Big Mike, okay.
Obama and his Big Mike
Yeah,
gal.
Big Mike, yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, next one on the continuum here is humiliation and degradation, which makes resistance more costly than compliance and keeps you preoccupied with animal level concerns. How are we going to eat? How am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to get diapers, right? Yeah. Next one is exhaustion, weakens mental and physical ability to resist. Threats creates anxiety and despair and outlines cost of noncompliance. So here's what's going to happen to you if you don't comply.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, and that's just happened. I mean, we've been sitting here saying this whole time, like, this next lockdown's coming and I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So they were very aware, and they put right in the press reading is we will have the police going to your house to arrest people that have more than 6 people there. Like, they were very clear. They knew that people are like ready to tell you to fuck off, Kate Brown.
I'm like, well, fuck off, bastards,
And believe
because
me.
I've got more than 6 in my house as I live now, and there's going to be quite a few more on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You can kiss my squirrely ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Almost done here, guys. So next one is occasional indulgences. So positive motivation for compliance. Or, okay, we're going to let the lockdown up for a few weeks here. So you guys go enjoy.
Go back and go have your job.
Yeah,
you can have your job.
You can work from home, but you can still have your job.
Yeah.
Like, we're giving you permission to just have a little bit of your freedom back. Just have a little bit of freedom back, right?
You're rewarded with your freedom.
Yep. Yeah, we'll reward you with a little bit of freedom. But here's the thing that a lot of people miss, and I think I mentioned this on a previous show, is that, like, the Constitution, it gives us these, it says, okay, you have...
These unalienable rights.
These are not given to us by the Constitution. These are not things that are given to us. These rights are not given to us by the government. These are our rights existing as a human, and the Constitution only says that the government cannot create rules to infringe on these God-given rights.
Well, there is a theory to made that the Act of 1871 did change that, though, and they changed those to privileges.
Still, yeah, fuck that, dude. Like,
I'm not
But
saying
humans,
that
whether you're in
there's a
this
case to be
country,
made for
yes.
that, we did get sold out.
Yeah.
But whether this country or another
corporation of the
country, I
United
think we
States.
all stand on the fact that human beings are sovereign.
Yeah.
I don't care what nation they're in.
Oh,
and
I agree.
and that should have been, like, all the years that I was a kid, that's what I thought. I was told that we were going to war for all the times that we've gone into conflicts. I was told it's because we were trying to help those people. That was what my parents told me. That's what the news told us, that it was better for Americans. It was, we're going to go and help the civilians in other countries. And we all know far better now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that we've ever been a part of a war that wasn't just a setup. It was just, it was a Gulf of Tonkin or.
Oh yeah, false flag, baby. By the way, false flag alert, folks. Be very vigilant. There's something brewing. Anyway, so 2 more here. So the next one is demonstrating omnipotence, which says suggests futility of resistance. So you don't have any hope of resisting, citizen. The last one is forcing trivial demands and develops a habit of compliance. So you just
Like the mask mandate?
like the mask mandate, or Newsom's like you have to pull down your mask in between bites, or if you're gonna sing, make sure you sing at a.
He wasn't wearing a mask when he was sitting at his big dinner party the other day.
He was not social distance, and he was not using reusable, disposable containers, and they were not.
Shit.
Yeah,
These
Well,
things don't apply to the
well,
rulers.
Satanists can't catch COVID. Isn't that the deal? If your soul is lost, you don't get it.
so everyone just needs to be Satanists, right? And then we'll be fine. We'll be saved.
No
right?
thanks.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's Biderman's chart of coercion. So thanks for that, handsome Rob.
We're definitely living in that.
Yeah,
I think there's
so
no
we're
doubt.
in a bit physically domestic violence situation, dude. Like we got Big Brother freaking just. Yeah, I don't mean to be insensitive, but like, yeah, God, it's just awful.
Emotional abuse is a real thing.
It's just absolute, man. Like this is just. I can't think of anything more awful. Well, I can think of other things more awful than this, and we're getting there. That's the thing, is that we're inching towards it.
Well, that's just it. That people think. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
I was just going to say that we're inching toward it. Like it's. This isn't like people. Again, I just saw. I can't wait to go. In the new year when the vaccine comes, we're going back to normal. No, we're fucking not.
Yeah, they've
Why
said
is
we're not.
anybody
They've
even
already
parroting
told
that
us that we're
stupid
not.
narrative? Well, if Bill Gates will sit right up at the end of pandemic indoctrination with his, fucking wife sitting there with their little smirks. Well, the next time people are going to pay attention.
Next time.
And
Next
I
time.
mean,
With all the
thing
money
is,
they put out, they
we should
could've-
listen to him on that. Like as much as he is an evil fuck that we should
Yeah.
never listen to. At the same time, we should, when he's talking about something else happening, we should probably, our ears should perk up on that one.
Anytime
'cause,
any of them. Well, they've been
'cause
prefacing this all along.
Yeah, they do kind of leak it out a little bit,
They
right?
do.
They kind of, that's where they get their evil smirks from.
They
Yeah.
do. They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah. What
Could
else? What else we got going on?
I just had something in my mind, but I
Well,
lost it.
I was
as per
just going to
usual.
say, guys, I think that this stuff is so dark and it's been such a hard week,
It has.
I want to give some hope to our mind militia out there too.
Yeah,
It's like,
mind
I mean,
militia.
Anybody want to move to Idaho, by the way?
Yeah. yeah. Get some
So
properties.
I've been what gets me through is this group right here.
Yeah.
It's you got to get your tribe, man. We've
Yes.
said that a million times, but I think we should, we're getting to be a parts of other groups, and we're trying to expand and trying to connect with like-minded people. If you're in our area, certainly reach out. Even if you're a couple hours away, I mean, we're going to go to Portland
Again
in
this
another-
next
Yeah,
week.
another
week,
Freedom Cells meetup.
Yeah, we're connect with like-minded people because
We're going to help each other.
I lose my mind when I'm away from you guys for a period of
I
time.
do too.
I really
Yeah.
it is
Start
the
to
world
fall into
around
some
me,
darkness, for
it
sure.
is it's not just the mandates and those people, it's the fact that the people around me are enforcing it. It's
Yeah.
it just makes me lose faith in humanity as a whole.
It is.
And I just get so
It is.
angry.
Yeah,
And I don't want to be angry. I have to let it out, man. Release the pressure valve.
Yeah, totally.
So,
I feel you on that.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was meant to be positive because
No, it's
really
great.
I am
No, it is.
happy.
No, you're
right?
totally
So, yeah.
right, though. That
It
is.
is the solution. And so,
yeah.
like I said, so we met all these folks. Actually, Adam, Deborah Gets Red Pilled, plugged us into the Freedom Cells network. So freedomcells.org. I actually created a Oregon Willamette Valley Freedom Cell. So come join us there.
Yes.
We're all on like Telegram chat. So we have like a pretty robust, very awesome Telegram channel. So if you join these groups, and then if you actually come to the meetups, they have like exclusive group, chat channels for that too, and it's just all these people, all these different backgrounds, and they're sharing all this intel and just and just talking about
Really
solutions,
really
man.
smart
Working
people.
toward
And to me, it seems like almost like just short of everybody moving out of society and getting your own piece of property. This is like showing us like a path to, even though we still have to physically exist in the matrix, we can remove ourselves from the matrix. And even though we have to like maybe live in the city, or we still have to have this job, we can still exist outside of the matrix that's been, keeping us locked down and keeping us trapped, man. So it's really cool. It gives me hope. A lot of people are talking about all these different like economic structures, whether it's like cryptocurrency or just like anarcho-capitalism, and just like, I don't know, man. I have so much to learn.
We gotta have him on.
And so much to, definitely. We met some really cool people last Friday when we went
I mean, just all different lifestyles, all different walks of life, all different backgrounds, any kind of cool differences. I think that was what really was super empowering. Is like, wow, we like completely live our lives in wholly different ways, and yet here we all are collected, fighting for the same exact thing. Looking to build toward the same thing. And that's the part. So the division that the media would have us believe exists with race or with different lifestyle choices is not what is the issue. The divide that's happening has to do with the people who are ushering in this new world order and those of us that are not, because we just were in a meeting in a room full of other people.
That was the thing. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a bunch of 80-year-old white militia
bunch
guys
of rednecks. I hate to say,
but it's like we walked in and like, whoa, we're home. And immediately as we walked in, they're talking about like chemtrails and CIA mind control shit, but in such a powerful
everybody has this unique perspective.
But God, some of the stuff I heard was so on point, and it's not just all conspiracy stuff. Obviously, guys, that's not what it is. But it's just like that we just happened to walk in because we were a little late. And they're talking about like chemtrails.
But we certainly relate.
When I was like,
listen, and I think we can stop saying conspiracy by now, because at this point that's such a garbage word. We're talking about the truth. We're uncovering and debunking the lies that have been stacked against us to keep us enslaved.
Yeah, I was like, we're home. I was so stoked. I was so stoked. I took my shoes off and sat on the floor.
Got your shoes off. Yeah. Next time I'm bringing. I saw everybody else had a blanket. Somebody had a dog, so I remembered that for next time. I'm bringing my dog and my cozy blanket.
Cool. Yeah. So anyway, so there is hope. There's solutions. Find your tribe. And another thing, and we talked about. We just got done recording our main episode for the week, but we talk about all this stuff a little bit too. But like, dude, start a podcast. That's how we got to know all of you that are like interacting with us on social media and hitting us up. Like, we've gotten to become like what I consider like friends with some of you out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And like we know about your lives and we share each other's struggles, and it's just like so we found this community just by people listening and reaching out to us, and then other podcast hosts. Like, man, like I feel like these are like lifelong friendships that we've forged with some of these people. Like, because
our tribe is just growing. Like, that's how it is. If you speak your truth, people say speak your truth, and you will find your tribe. And there's been no truer time that has proven that now.
So start your own podcast. Just go down and freaking buy a microphone.
Jared, do it.
Jared, get on it.
God, we're so rooting for you. You're such a powerful voice, and you just I hope that you do.
So, man, there's so much else going on. I don't even know, dude.
And Chris.
Chris. Podcast, Chris.
Who?
Chris Kirchhoff.
Oh, Kirchhoff. I'm sorry. Chris Kirchhoff. Yes. Totally. Oh my gosh, that would blow up such fire.
Yeah.
Totally. So great.
He needs his own media network, dude.
He does. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Anyway. Definitely. Yeah. The only other thing that popped on my radar today was like, if you guys look up the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree that they have this year. This is just.
Does it have masks and dead babies on it?
It's part of the psyop. Like, this is very psyop-ish right here, dude. Like, it's just this withered, dilapidated tree. It's all gross. It looks like this big rotted tree, and they're like, to commemorate how awful 2020 is. Yeah.
Well, I want to mention the IBM thing.
Oh yeah. So another person. I think I shared something.
The meme is up for sure everywhere.
So the meme was. The meme said, if you ever wondered if you would have complied during 1930s Germany, well, now you know.
Yep.
It's very clear who was on what side of that, and who would have been speaking out, who would have been resisting, and who would have not. Anyway, so...
But the IBM, cataloging.
Yeah, so I shared that into the tinfoil hat discussion group on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, just to, Anyway, and then somebody commented on about, like, IBM, and they're up to their old tricks. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. I mean, back episode 15, I think, our Margaret Sanger episode, we dived deep into the whole Nazi eugenics, IBM connection about how IBM was used, and Thomas Watson was given like one of the highest awards
honors
of the Third Reich for their help in Nazi Germany, like creating the human identification number system with the Hollow Earth machines. That was IBM, dude. And now they're building software and infrastructure for the whole contact tracing problem. So they're back to their old tricks of categorizing humans again.
Oh, but this is about a virus. But this is about a virus.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't wait for IBM to catalog my fucking number.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know what happened to the other people they cataloged. What happened to those folks? Anyways, did they die? Did most of those guys
them
die
died,
pretty
yes.
horrifically? Oh,
Yes.
just checking. Okay.
Yep. So you got.
But at some point, they were just in their houses. At some point, they were just pulling their things out of their houses. At some point, it was just some neighborhood, right?
Yeah, at first they
it was
moved-
somebody else's neighborhood.
Yep.
So, and everybody was cool with it. Goodbye, Jews, and all that shit. Well, this is, goodbye, sovereignty. And
Goodbye, humans.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
That's it, man. But, oh, God. If we can just hold on a little bit longer until we get the vaccine, it's all going to be fine.
Shut up, Scott.
What we need to have is the majority of the world say abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to say no.
No.
Yep.
We need to, and that's,
Let this be the fight that
maybe
they use.
that's what this week was so hard, because it was so it brought me down to see that the world just embraced it again.
They did.
The world around me just
They
said,
did.
of course we'll lock down Kate.
That's the
I
right
was
thing to
watching
do.
people on her
Of course
feed say,
we'll do it.
"Yay, Kate Brown!
course
Thank you
we'll
so much.
enforce
Martial law.
masks.
Kate Brown declare martial law for these non-maskers." And I'm
Oh
like, "Are
my
you
God.
fucking kidding
Oh my
me right
God.
now?"
Yeah.
Loser, gone, lost humans.
Get the Operation Warp Speed done for these people.
Let's get them
For
the
them.
vaccine, but quick.
For them.
They're already gone. Let them go.
Yeah.
Does that mean I don't feel guilty?
It's a theory, but I think to me, what is going to happen is
Unspeakable.
these people are going to get this vaccine, and then the real next wave hits.
Yeah.
COVID 2021. And when you have had that vaccine, then you're going to get with the hyperimmunity, which is what everybody always got with the coronavirus vaccines before, and you get the disease way worse.
Wait.
It is deadly.
Wait. It just occurred to me. What if because they know all the people that are just, slave mentality that are going to bow down to the New World Order are going to be the ones that are taking the vaccine. So what if the vaccine immunizes them from COVID 2021, the serious 90% death rate, weaponized bacteria that they release that wipes out all of us that are the fucking
Those of us with the strong immune
thorns in their
systems?
side.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That doesn't work. It doesn't
That's not.
work that
That's
way.
not how they're going to get us. And this is not
know.
about a virus, dude. Listen, there are more people dying from tuberculosis. I always go back to that because nobody's making a stink about people coughing up blood until they're dead. That's a pretty scary way to go. 1.5 million people a year worldwide. We haven't even come close to those numbers worldwide with this bullshit. Cold.
Dying with COVID. Like, that's another thing too. Like, if you look in just whatever community you live in, whatever your county is, if you're in the United States or whatever, just Google COVID deaths, my county. And it'll show you, it'll list, it won't give you names, but it'll give you like the people's demographic information. It'll say, and I just looked today, so let's like, I don't know, they listed the most recent ones. It's like 89-year-old man, 79-year-old woman, 96, there was a 96-year-old man on there.
So that had other things going on already in their
then
bodies.
And then each one of them it says
Yes, they were dying.
And each
They
one,
were.
yeah, and each one of them says had underlying conditions. And then it either says had underlying conditions or unknown whether they had underlying conditions.
Well.
Now there was one on there that said 30-year-old man from Lane County. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I looked that up, and there was an actual whole separate news article, very ambiguous. It just says 30-year-old man in Lane County dies with COVID. And that's all it
totally.
says.
With COVID.
I read that too, and
gotcha.
If you're not telling me the story, you're hiding it.
And you're saying with.
If you can't tell the exact truth and bring to light every facet of this virus, if you cannot take the CDC's involvement and their patents and Fauci and all of them making money off of this, if you don't take into account, was it the people who what is the company that I'm thinking of that also did the voting machines?
Oh, Dominion?
Dominion. Ooh, yeah.
So, they do the COVID tests and they're doing the
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
So anyways, pretty dark, guys.
Yeah, Dominion.
Not about a virus. That's why we're all in this truther community trying to help everybody to have some tools and some information to save yourselves.
Do we want to debunk Stan real quick while we got it?
Ooh, all right, debunk Stan. I gotta go.
The Stan debunk?
I could do like 4 more minutes.
Okay,
maybe.
so here.
Okay,
we're
so
gonna debunk
we're Stan is
our friend. He's our friend.
favorite.
He's a friend.
Our favorite.
Look, we have nothing.
He's our detractor.
Yeah, he's a great guy, but it's like, I mean,
Is he?
He's in the right. He's almost there. He's almost there.
You think so?
Yeah.
So we get.
What do we? There was a name that for you. What do we call it?
Let's just be nice.
Apocalyptimist.
Yeah, I'm a
Scott's an apocalyptimist.
Let's be nice. We'll be respectful. We'll be nice and respectful, okay? But it's a respiratory
Scott
virus
will be
about
nice.
6 times on average. Yeah. Okay, so claiming that it is a respiratory virus about 6 times on average more deadly than the flu.
This is what Stan was saying, right?
Its main way of transmission is respiratory droplets big enough for masks to catch fairly effectively. All right? So masks are...
Not true, but okay.
Okay. About 250,000 people have gone to the ICU, suffered progression of all the symptoms of this specific disease, and died a couple weeks later.
Bullshit.
So there's 250,000 people dying in hospitals in the ICU. Like, aren't these like places like empty? I mean,
Just to make sure. But the death numbers overall in United States are so low compared to last year, right? Because everyone's been locked. Nobody's gotten sick. Nobody's living life. Like the actual overall death numbers in the United States is down.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I would answer him with a little bit of sarcasm.
I want to hear you answer him. Actually, I want to hear you.
I think we're lucky since this virus is so deadly that they happened to hold the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation with the John Hopkins Center where they had the foreknowledge to put on a training simulation right before this happened, just so.
Well, it's not related, Ed.
Just so in case this were to happen, they would know how to give the correct numbers. So Stan, you would know how scary this thing was, and to control the message, so that we could all lock down, just as they predicted, and save ourselves from this deadly virus.
No, our governors are saving our lives. They have our best interests in mind.
It's there's just a lot of foreknowledge. I mean, they had Crimson Contagions before that.
Yeah.
They were running all those. We can go back to Lockstep. There was just a lot of things, and you look at. What was it? Bill Gates. They were setting up this contract tracing. I think like a year before this happened, they had contracts set up to get the contract tracing set up. I think there was like $100 million that was invested. I'm just glad that they had the foreknowledge.
Yeah.
To know what to do in case there was this terrible pandemic. And then it's a good thing, I think if that creator of the PCR test was still alive, he might have gotten away of them being able to use the PCR test process, and it's a good thing with the PCR that they can just up those cycles to really find the virus, to really find that virus, to really nail down so we can know how many cases.
Yeah.
So we can put that in your face. So when we know all these cases, then we can really save ourselves from this virus by locking down. And you might say, well, but this you might get false positives out of this, and then they might actually put people on the death certificates that were already dying from other things. But you know what? I think it's probably a good thing that all these doctors were trained to not use those skills of calling what a death is, to just call everything COVID-19.
It makes
they're incentivized.
PCR test.
It makes their job
But
easier.
then we can really be scared enough to actually lock down, like Stan's saying here, so we can stay in our houses and avoid, and this virus is probably different than every other virus that has ever been around,
100%.
I think if we lock down enough, we'll get away from it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, just until the vaccine comes, at least.
Well,
we really just need to inject our health. I think that's the answer.
I think, Bill Gates has laid it out pretty well. You're going to have the vaccine and the booster shot for the vaccine, probably.
If you don't die from the second dose of the vaccine.
Every year. And as long as you mask and social distance along with these things, and then I think it's
don't let
really
them take
set
your
up,
humanity.
But then the World Economic Forum is so involved that I think this idea of the Great Reset, that we can really tackle climate change at the same time.
we can do it
How
at the same
convenient!
time.
It's so fucking convenient. It worked out good that the virus happened when it did, how it did.
And when the World Economic Forum, they were set up. They were talking about this about 3 years before they were getting into this Great Reset, and this just happens to just fall right in line with what they were working on.
I want to.
You know?
I want to ask Stan if he's seen Plandemic Indoctrination.
Yeah.
And
back
listen, watch it. And if you still have a legitimate argument, let's bring him on the show. Let's talk about
Stan,
it.
let's
I want
go
to
on the show.
I want to literally go on
Yeah.
our feed and offer him a monetary reward if he watches Plandemic 2 and can. I will pay him.
Mickey Willis has a $10,000 reward out there right now. If you
I
can find anything
mean,
wrong with
listen,
it.
does Stan need any money? Because he apparently knows what's up.
Yeah.
So I would like to see him watch this and actually then come to us with a valid argument. Just that, because we could throw all kinds of information, we can throw podcasts and all kinds, but that documentary breaks it down so perfectly and so finitely to where I don't think that there's any argument he could possibly have. You have to listen, and it's the amplification thing. We all have like THC naturally occurring in our bodies, right? And so this is, and THC, if you were to use it from cannabis, this is, a Schedule I, controlled substance throughout the United States in general and punishable by, and it's a federal crime, all right? So if people in the United States were being told that we're going to do amplification tests that checks whether or not, to keep your job, to be able to drive a car, to see whether or not you've been smoking marijuana, we're going to amplify that test and amplify it. And all of a sudden people who know that they have not been getting high have are popping positive on THC tests because they've amplified it because it's already within us, right? Same DMT, any of this. Yeah. And people are losing their jobs and losing their license. People would rebel. They would not be okay with the test that did that.
That's a good point.
Am I right? That's a perfect argument. If you amplify what's already there,
Well,
so this isn't just about us. Oh,
no agenda does
I have
the same.
THC. I might go to jail for a misdemeanor for a few months. This is about taking our entire sovereignty and freedom away forever.
Yeah. And this is no agenda that says the same argument with it's the cocaine on the dollar bill. You can if you amplify it enough, you find cocaine on every dollar bill.
That's it. But all of us
are we gonna all get locked up?
That's it.
We have cocaine on our dollar bills.
People really need to keep that in the forefront of their mind. They need to think for themselves. Guys, I know that the public school system and the media has made you think that you can't do that, and it's not true. It's not true. You got this. We got each other.
Yeah. Oh.
Bam.
I'm gonna go lay in the road after this because I can't face these people.
No, we got each other. We got each other.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Totally.
Truth Army.
And we got you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys
Yeah,
got
and
us
you
too.
guys, the
And
Mind
you guys
Militia.
got each other.
Totally.
You guys got each
Mind
other.
Militia, we love
Share
you.
this with your friends.
And if you're around here, reach out to us and we will totally do meetups.
Let's do it. Yeah, we would love
need to
that
do a
for sure.
Truthzilla meetup. Dude.
Yep.
One of
Absolutely.
these days, for sure. More than 6 people. Fuck you, kids.
We're all gonna
Not
sit this
outside.
close. We're all gonna sit this close. I'm probably gonna sneeze twice.
Yep. I'm gonna
I
sing
might even
louder.
cough.
I'm gonna sing louder.
Oh, that's it. We need to sing. That's it. The
Yeah.
happy birthday
Yeah.
in particular. That's
Happy
the
birthday.
one. that
We'll go
spreads
stand out
COVID.
front of Kate Brown's.
Happy birthday.
Out front of
I
Kate
cannot
Brown's. do
wait to
some,
go to Kate Brown. I would like to
we'll do
see
some Christmas caroling.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to
that's-
see about 2 million Oregonians go to Kate Brown's house.
that would be
and-
so great.
That's the
I'd
thing.
love
Is
it.
like, yes, this will probably come out. God, I don't know, Friday. So, caravan to Salem Saturday, lockdown protest, baby. Woo!
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do it.
Be there.
Let's
See us
do it.
there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so very much for sitting. Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I took that as a cue. So,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you, everybody, so much for your support and for your time. We really, really appreciate you looking into these matters with us. In the meantime, until next time, I am Megan, sitting here with the wonderful Scott and Ed, and we wish all of you intellectual prosperity. Good night.
Bam. Bam.
Pew pew.
Pew!
Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew.